So I am here in the Scottish Highlands looking for marmots. Not really. So here we are in the high Uintas. But I think I need to keep moving. I'm glad I have this hat on that kind of protects me from direct slaps to the face. And visibility is pretty low. But you can see that turquoise colored lake down there. Okay, so we have the wide angle lens on. Oh, here's the geologic survey marker. Right there, geological survey. Pretty steady drizzle now. Glad I brought some rain gear. I'm just going to keep driving here further into the wilderness. Sorry if I get any rain on this lens. So it's pretty foggy today with the rain, but usually there's a really good view over here. Mark's saying. So we'll just take a quick look here. Lots of forest down there. Right over here is where that structure was, kind of. So you have all these forests down here. Anyway. Gonna hike up to the top of this peak. It's not that long. I think by the top of it it's over 12,000 feet. It's drizzling rain. It's supposed to rain today and tomorrow. But basically, yeah, the middle of nowhere. Although I guess a better characterization would be very remote wilderness, at least for the lower 48 states, or at least in Utah. In the middle of nowhere, I think of places like New York City as Nowheresville, but anyway, that's just me. I prefer places with beauty like this to be somewhere you'd want to be, generally speaking. Logan. One other thing I'll mention, I guess the only positive thing about the sprinkling rain is that there are no mosquitoes. Mark Whitten was up here. He was planning on spending 4 days out here, but he was literally being devoured by clouds of mosquitoes, and he just had to bail out. But the sprinkling rain has changed all that, and there's no mosquitoes to speak of. So he had 40% DEET repellent, and they still were attacking him. So I guess it's either the sprinkling rain, trial of that, or the mosquitoes. I'll take sprinkling rain over clouds and mosquitoes any day. Glad it's not pouring rain. About as good as you could hope for. Everything's nice and wet from the rain. Luckily, it's not really raining right now. I've kind of adjusted the settings on this. I have it on manual. It's kind of a little overcast, so I have it set to a specific ISO, and I can't remember what the other setting is. Check here. Anyway, it's all set manually, so when I zoom up like this, it's not going to all of a sudden get darker. Well, I did detect a little bit of mosquitoes, but almost nothing, so let's see how that holds up here. I'm going to be going higher elevation away from any water, so hoping there'll be none up there. Another advantage of this rain is that it's only 47 degrees, which kind of is cool, but for hiking it's fine as long as you're dressed appropriately. And yeah, a lot better than having mosquitoes and it being 100 degrees out. Well, it's raining pretty steady drizzle now. Glad I brought some rain gear. Quite a few trees blocking the way. Some of them earlier on were sawed out of the way. These ones obviously are not. So I have to go around. Well, there went a deer. I hope you could see it. Just still hiking away here. So there's a lake over there. Got another one down here. And up this way there's more of a glacial lake, which I'm headed up to that. I think it's that peak up there. You can see it right there. But the sun decided to come out and say hello for a moment. We'll see how long that lasts. But here's down where it's kind of a marsh somewhere around here, probably down in here. And Mark was pretty much eaten alive. He said he was in his camper and he just flipped on the light and you could see there's just a cloud of them in there. And he just had to pack up. I mean, unless you're going to really, what's the word? Subject yourself to a lot of torture. It's not worth it. So anyway, I'm glad that I haven't seen much in the way of mosquitoes because of the rain and everything. Just kind of go back up this way. Came over here to the edge to see the view, vantage point. But yeah, this whole area, like all the way over to, there's an area that's maybe 9 miles back, and then you hang a right for 5 miles. That lots and lots of Sasquatch stories there. Maybe I'll even give that a shot tomorrow, because this area didn't see a whole lot of sign, but you know, very pretty, and definitely still in the region of lots of activity, area with lots of activity. Some nice little clouds up there. Maybe it's clearing off a little bit. So I am here in the Scottish Highlands looking for marmots. Not really. So here we are in the high Uintas, kind of on this flat bluff here, and I'm going to head over here. And sorry about the wind. This will be looking the other direction into the desert, basically. You can almost see Skinwalker Ranch. Just kidding, I'm too far one direction for that, really. Well, it's kind of in the distance, probably looks way off there. You see some mountains, and then beyond that it's flat and drier. But the rain finally cleared out, thank goodness. Let's see if I can scale that and get the view over here. Back again. Here's a cairn that people have graciously constructed. It's a really big one, showing the easier way up this route here that I'm going to be heading up. You can see the clouds just kind of breezing along pretty quickly there. At least in person it looks really quickly. And this way, this is the other side looking down into another little basin. And if you can see, it has its little lake down there as well. I'll have to look on the map later to see if it has a name or not. But I've noticed this area doesn't have as many dead trees as some parts of the Uintas, so it's kind of looks a bit nicer than some views in that respect. I'm going to go a little further over here just to see what the view is like. with this cliff over here. And I'll get back on track. Okay, just kind of a cliff side there. A marshy little lake. There's two of them, little ponds really. Right, time to head up to the peak here. There's an even better view on the other side. Well, getting higher in elevation, you should be able to see the clouds zipping along here at an ever increasing rate since getting closer and closer to them in the sky. Well, we're probably fairly close to 12,000 feet here. Okay, I've adjusted the exposure here so you can see the clouds a little bit better, slightly less washed out. But whizzing along pretty quickly there. Not as quick as I've ever seen them. Down you have the cumulus nimbus clouds, I guess, just kind of sitting there, not as quick moving, lower elevation, I guess. I guess they're referred to cumulus clouds or cumulonimbus, something like that. I never hear anybody say that, so anyway. Still going up and up and up. There's all the forest below. The snowbank. Gonna head up this. Hopefully I don't go up and away and drop dead, but anyway, I'm nearing the end. Well, this is about the last thing I'd expect to see at a 12,000 foot peak on the Uintas, but I guess maybe they helicoptered up some parts to construct up here. I don't know how else they get it up here. But it could come in handy if it were a storm, thunderstorm, rain. Although it looks like it's all metal, I won't want to particularly touch the sides if you got struck by lightning. But if you have rubber boots, you'll probably be insulated. Well, there's actually some holes in the roof, but it still provides some coverage as long as you're not sitting under one of the holes. There's an engine in there. I wonder what that is for. Weird. They're like trying to do a ski project out here. No idea. Well, a good view should be right over here. Maybe I'll head to that cairn up there and see how it looks. Well, here you have it. Top of the peak. Top of Marsh Peak. Well, let me break out the wide angle lens here. Okay, so we have the wide angle lens on. Oh, here's the geologic survey marker. Right there, geological survey. 12,211 feet, I think. It's not the highest peak in the Uintas, but higher than anything in the Wasatch Range, because there's nothing that quite makes 12,000 in that range. So it looks like I need to go this way a little bit to get the view of this kind of a glacial lake down here. So I'm going to do that now, even though that's not the very top. I don't want to get that much closer to the cliff there, but I can see it from over here, so let's go and do that now. Well, here we are. It's probably the best scenic view we're going to get from up here. But you can see that turquoise colored lake down there. It has trees around most of it, but it's right there at the edge of this kind of cirque thing, or this kind of basin, head of the basin, the mouth of it. And you can see all the forest land spreading out there. Looks pretty scenic. I'll go ahead and pull out the good camera here. And I think I'll have enough light to get back down and get camped and evaluate the mosquito situation, see if it's worth staying or finding another spot or what have you. Well, looks like we have a storm brewing, so that means I need to work quick and take some photos and hike on down. Well, really quick update if you can hear me. There's basically hail or rain or whatever you want to call it falling down, BB-sized ice pellets. And but I think I need to keep moving. I'm glad I have this hat on that kind of protects me from direct slaps to the face. And visibility is pretty low, but I know the wave pretty much. And there are those cairns, which if you get close enough to them, you can see them. So, anyway. Alright, that's all for now. Down a little ways further, and it's pretty bad when you're happy it's wet instead of frozen. Precipitation coming down. Happy because when it's frozen in that wind, kind of painful. It's slapping across your face. Glad it wasn't heavy, large size pieces of hail. I'm surprised how cold it is out here. It's even affecting my lips and talking. My fingers. The wind chill. I bet it's in the 20s. The wind chill. I don't know, teens somewhere. Maybe higher than that, I don't know, but it's way down there. Just have to keep moving, stay warm, that type of thing. There's a deer over there. That might be the same one I saw earlier. Just because it's about a very similar place. Kind of curious, he's like following me, or she's following me. There it is again. Looks like the sun's starting to set. There's quite a bit of salmon color in the sky. And I'm just going to pull out. I don't think I'll sleep here tonight. But anyway, I'm going to go to Mark's home, which is a little ways away, but it's a lot closer than where I live, and see if I can rest up for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of sign out here. Don't see a whole lot of sign out here. Well, I mainly just did a hike for photography again. Photography purposes. And not much to say, I'm just tired. And let me get on the road here. Tomorrow I'm going to tentatively try to go to a place called, well, I won't say what it's called, that's had a lot of Sasquatch activity. It's lots of stories. And then I'll head on back home. I'm going to do another hike Saturday, which is a strong, pretty difficult hike, so I need to be in good enough shape for that. Well, that's a lot warmer. This feels so much warmer than when I was up on the mountain there. Like, I don't know, 20 degrees warmer at least. I don't know what it was with wind chill. Alright.